You wake up tired, not sleepy, not physically exhausted, just drained. You didn't run a marathon. You didn't work a 14-hour shift. You didn't solve complex problems all night. And yet, your body feels heavy. Your brain feels foggy. Your chest feels tight. And the worst part? You feel guilty about it. Because technically, you did nothing. So why are you tired? Here's the uncomfortable truth. You're not tired because you did too much. You're tired because your brain never truly rests. And in the next few minutes, I'm going to explain exactly why that happens and how to fix it. But first, you need to understand something. There are two types of exhaustion: physical exhaustion and neurological exhaustion. Physical exhaustion is simple. You use energy, your muscles get tired, you sleep, you recover. Neurological exhaustion is different. It doesn't come from movement. It comes from stimulation. Your brain is not designed for constant input. But modern life? It is nothing but input. Notifications, short videos, emails, scrolling, news, messages, endless micro-decisions. Even when you think you're doing nothing, your brain is processing everything. And processing burns energy. Every scroll is a decision. Every notification is a micro-stress spike. Every comparison on social media activates evaluation circuits. Your brain never gets silence. Imagine this. You're sitting in a quiet room, but instead of silence, there are 50 people whispering around you. Not loud enough to scream, but loud enough that your brain has to filter it. That filtering? That costs energy. That constant filtering, that's exhausting. This is why you can sit on your bed for 3 hours, scrolling, and feel more tired than if you went for a walk. Because walking regulates the nervous system, scrolling dysregulates it. Here's what's really happening. Your nervous system has two main states: sympathetic, fight or flight; parasympathetic, rest and repair. When you scroll, when you check notifications, when you consume fast content, you are triggering tiny bursts of sympathetic activation, not enough to feel panic, but enough to keep your system slightly alert all day. You are in low-grade fight or flight, and low-grade stress is more draining than intense stress, because intense stress ends. Low-grade stress lingers. Now add dopamine into this. Dopamine is not pleasure, it's anticipation. Every time you scroll, your brain expects something new: a funny video, a shocking headline, a message, a like. That anticipation loop keeps firing. And when dopamine spikes repeatedly throughout the day, baseline dopamine drops, which means normal activities, reading, studying, working, feel harder. So you try to rest, but resting without stimulation feels uncomfortable. So you reach for your phone again, and the cycle continues. You're not tired from effort, you're tired from overstimulation. But there's another layer: emotional processing. When you scroll, you don't just see content, you absorb emotions: comparison, envy, outrage, fear, validation, rejection. Your brain reacts to all of it. Even if you think you're numb, your subconscious is not numb. It's registering everything. And emotional processing burns more energy than physical movement. That's why you can lie in bed for hours, yet feel like you survived something intense, because mentally, you did. Now let's talk about decision fatigue. Every scroll is a choice. Every click is a choice. Every watch or skip is a choice. Your brain makes thousands of micro decisions daily. And decision-making uses glucose. It uses cognitive energy. By the end of the day, you're not physically exhausted, you're cognitively depleted. And here's the dangerous part. When you're cognitively depleted, you interpret it as laziness. You say, "I have no discipline. I'm so unproductive. What's wrong with me?" But nothing is wrong with you. Your brain is overloaded. There's a difference, and understanding that difference removes shame. Now let's go deeper. Have you noticed this? You can sleep 8 hours, wake up, and still feel tired? That's because sleep repairs physical fatigue, but it doesn't automatically repair nervous system dysregulation. If you go to bed after hours of scrolling, after constant stimulation, your brain doesn't instantly shift into deep repair mode. It carries residual activation, which reduces sleep quality. So you wake up technically rested, but neurologically strained. And that strain feels like heaviness, like resistance, like life requires too much effort. But the problem isn't effort, it's recovery. Your brain never fully recovers because it never fully disconnects. And this is where most people misunderstand rest. Rest is not passive consumption. Rest is reduction of input. Watching videos is not rest. Scrolling is not rest. Even binge watching to relax is not real recovery. Real recovery is boring. Silence, stillness, walking without headphones, sitting without stimulation, letting thoughts surface. But modern brains avoid that because silence reveals how overstimulated we are. And overstimulation feels normal now. That's the tragedy. We normalized mental noise. So when we feel exhausted, we assume it's weakness. But it's adaptation. Your brain adapted to survive a hyper-stimulating environment. Now let's talk about another hidden factor: unfinished loops. Every open tab, every saved video, every "I'll watch this later," every unread message. Your brain tracks incomplete tasks. It keeps them in working memory, which means even when you're doing nothing, your brain is holding dozens of open loops. That background load drains you. It's like having 30 apps open on a phone. Battery drops faster. You are not low energy. You are overrunning too many processes. Now, here's something most people won't tell you. Sometimes you're tired because you are emotionally suppressing things. Unprocessed stress, unspoken feelings, unmade decisions, avoided responsibilities. Suppression consumes energy. Holding something down mentally is harder than expressing it. So when you say, "I did nothing today," ask yourself, did you avoid something? Did you overthink something? Did you compare yourself? Did you worry silently? That counts as mental effort, and mental effort drains you quietly. Here's the shift. You don't need more motivation, you need less noise. You don't need more productivity hacks, you need nervous system regulation. You don't need to push harder, you need to recover deeper. So, how do you fix it? First, reduce morning stimulation. The first 30 minutes after waking, set your dopamine baseline. If the first thing you see is rapid content, your brain expects speed all day. Instead, light exposure, water, movement, silence. It feels small, but neurologically, it's massive. Second, create input boundaries. Not dopamine detox, not extreme restriction, just defined windows. If input is constant, recovery is impossible. Third, practice boredom. This sounds ridiculous, but boredom recalibrates dopamine. Sit without your phone. Walk without music. Eat without watching something. At first, it feels uncomfortable. That uncomfortableness is your nervous system recalibrating. Fourth, close loops. Clear tabs, respond or archive messages, write down unresolved tasks, reduce background cognitive load. Fifth, regulate your body. Breathing, slow exhale emphasis, cold water on face, light exercise. Regulation is physiological, not motivational. And finally, reframe the narrative. Stop calling yourself lazy. Lazy people don't search for answers. Lazy people don't feel guilty. Lazy people don't want change. You are not lazy. You are overstimulated, overloaded, under-recovered. And the good news? This is reversible. Your brain is plastic. When stimulation decreases, clarity returns. When noise lowers, energy rises. When nervous system stabilizes, motivation naturally appears. Energy is not created by forcing action. It is restored by removing friction. So the next time you feel tired after doing nothing, pause. Instead of judging yourself, ask, what input did I consume today? How much silence did I allow? How many loops are open? How regulated is my nervous system? Because exhaustion without effort is not weakness, it is feedback. Your brain is asking for recovery, not shame. And if this video helped you see that differently, subscribe. Because we're not here to shame your mind, we're here to understand it. And when you understand your brain, you stop fighting yourself. You start working with it. And that's where real energy returns.